Hey guys, welcome all of you to my channel. Today we're going to discuss one of the most fascinating journeys in human history, the origin of storytelling. From cave paintings to Netflix series, from ancient myths to modern memes, storytelling has shaped who we are as human beings. And by the end of this video, you'll see stories in a completely new light. Storytelling is humanity's oldest and most powerful tool. Long before writing, long before the printing press, and long before the digital age, humans discovered that sharing experiences in the form of stories could preserve knowledge, strengthen communities, and inspire imagination. To understand the origin of storytelling, we must journey back tens of thousands of years, into caves lit by flickering firelight, where the first humans painted images on stone walls and spoke words that carried lessons across generations. Archaeologists have uncovered cave paintings in places like Lascaux in France and Sulawesi in Indonesia that date back tens of thousands of years. These images depict hunting scenes, animals, and symbolic shapes. They were not random decorations. They were visual narratives, early attempts to capture experiences and pass them on. Imagine a hunter pointing to a painted bison and explaining how the hunt unfolded. That was storytelling in its earliest form, a combination of art, memory, and teaching. From these beginnings, oral traditions emerged. Around campfires, elders told tales of survival, danger, and triumph. These stories were rhythmic, repetitive, and often accompanied by gestures or chants. Anthropologists believe that rhythm and repetition made stories easier to remember, ensuring that vital knowledge, like which plants were safe to eat or how to track animals, was preserved. Oral storytelling was not entertainment alone, it was a survival strategy. It allowed humans to share experiences without each individual having to face the same risks. If one hunter learned the hard way that a certain animal was dangerous, his story could save others from harm. As human societies grew, stories expanded beyond survival. They began to explain natural phenomena, why the sun rises, why storms rage, why seasons change. These explanations were not scientific in the modern sense, but they gave meaning and structure to life. Storytelling became the glue that held communities together, reinforcing shared values and collective identity. The invention of writing marked a turning point. Around 3200 BCE in Mesopotamia, humans began to record language using symbols on clay tablets. This allowed stories to transcend the limits of memory. The Epic of Gilgamesh, written around 2100 BCE, is one of the earliest known literary works. It tells of friendship, mortality, and the search for meaning, universal themes that still resonate today. In Egypt, tales like the shipwrecked sailor conveyed lessons of resilience and hope. In India, the Panchatantra used animal fables to teach wisdom and practical skills. Writing transformed storytelling from fleeting oral performance into permanent cultural memory. But even as writing spread, oral traditions remained powerful. In many cultures, professional storytellers, bards, griots, poets, preserved history and values through spoken word. Their performances were communal events, binding people together through shared narrative. Storytelling was not just about entertainment. It was about identity. It told people who they were, where they came from, and what they believed. Science helps us understand why storytelling is so central to human life. Neuroscience shows that stories activate multiple regions of the brain: the hippocampus for memory, the amygdala for emotion, and the prefrontal cortex for planning. When we hear a story, we don't just process words, we simulate experiences. We feel empathy for characters, imagine outcomes, and learn lessons. This makes storytelling a uniquely effective way to transmit knowledge and values. Evolutionary psychology suggests that storytelling gave humans a survival advantage. By sharing experiences through narrative, communities could learn collectively, reducing individual risk and increasing group cohesion. As civilizations advanced, storytelling evolved into myths, epics, and legends. Greek epics like Homer's Iliad and Odyssey explored themes of heroism, fate, and human struggle. Chinese legends, African folktales, and Native American oral traditions carried wisdom across generations. These stories were not mere entertainment. They were cultural software encoding values, warnings, and traditions. They shaped collective identity and ensured continuity. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century revolutionized storytelling again. Books became widely available, spreading stories across continents. Novels, essays, and plays flourished, allowing individuals to access narratives beyond their immediate community. Storytelling became mass education and mass entertainment. It influenced politics, religion, science, and art. The written word democratized knowledge, making stories accessible to millions. In the modern era, storytelling has taken new forms. Films, television, podcasts, video games, and social media all continue the ancient tradition. The medium has changed, but the structure remains the same. Conflict, transformation, resolution. Even memes are micro-stories, compressed narratives that spread culture instantly. Technology has amplified storytelling, but it has not altered its essence. We still crave stories that teach, inspire, and connect. Psychologists note that stories are essential for empathy. When we hear about someone's struggle, our brains mirror their emotions. This makes storytelling a powerful tool for building compassion and understanding. It is why stories can change minds, inspire movements, and heal communities. They are not just entertainment. They are instruments of human connection. From a scientific perspective, storytelling is a cognitive adaptation. It allows humans to compress complex information into memorable, emotional packages. It helps us simulate experiences, predict outcomes, and make decisions. It strengthens social bonds and reinforces cultural identity. It is, in many ways, humanity's oldest technology. Looking back, we see that storytelling has always been more than words. It began with images on cave walls, evolved into oral traditions, became written literature, and now thrives in digital media. But its purpose has remained constant: to preserve knowledge, to inspire imagination, and to connect people. Storytelling is the thread that weaves human history together. Today, when we watch a film, read a novel, or scroll through social media, we are participating in a tradition that stretches back tens of thousands of years. We are continuing the work of our ancestors, who painted on cave walls and spoke around fires. Storytelling is not just part of human culture, it is part of human nature. It defines us, shapes us, and connects us. So the next time you share a story, whether it's a bedtime tale, a classroom lesson, or a viral video, remember that you are part of the oldest network in human history. You are carrying forward a tradition that began with the first humans and continues today. Storytelling is not just about the past, it is about the future. It is how we learn, how we grow, and how we remain human. Alright guys, that's it for today's deep dive into the origin of storytelling. If you found this video interesting, make sure to smash that like button, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more documentary-style explorations every week.